Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to CrossFit Central 101. My name is Chris, and today joining me we have.
Keelan.
We're going to be watching some Ashtyn Davis with you guys today. He is a fifth-year senior safety out of California, Berkeley, I believe. Listed
Yes.
at 6 foot and 7/8, so basically 6'1", 22 pounds, 93 and 8 inch hands, 30.5-inch arms, and 75 and an 1/8 inch wingspan officially as of the combine. So, any thoughts on his measurables?
Seem average. Seem good.
Cool. So, have you ever watched any Ashtyn Davis tape yet?
I have not
Okay.
at all. I don't think I've even watched a Cal game. I think I might have watched one.
Yeah, pretty much the same. I'm familiar with a lot of Cal's talent. I really have a lot of talent on that defense. But I have not really watched any of these guys individually yet. So he's someone who intrigues. Cameron Bynum is someone I've heard good things about. Luke Paquette I've heard pretty good things about at some point.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of talent on that defense. I'm excited to finally get the chance to watch one of these guys
Mhm.
and see what they look like overall. So first, for those of you guys who want to check this out, a little bit of background. You guys can read through all of this. Nothing really too particular in there that really intrigues me. But you do have the surgery on the lower body here. And then also, I like hearing about the character as well. So you really get to see some of that with the learning the safety position over the last couple of years. Originally a track guy, so he's definitely athletic. And then Gerald Alexander was a former Lions safety back on the 0-16 days in 2008-ish. I forget his exact timeline, but I know he was on that team. So that's a cool little connection for us Lions fans who may be watching this, maybe remember him. He is now Cal's DB coach. Not that that's really relevant to Patricia, but both his father and mother's side have drug addiction issues as well, which is why he abstains from drugs and alcohol. So the reason I point this out is because you likely won't have any off-the-field issues with him in that particular regard. So great to see that. Without getting too into that, I definitely sympathize. So with that being said, whoops. What games do you have in mind? Well, actually, you know what? We just have two games. So,
Cool.
Ole Miss or Washington?
Um. Either start with Ole Miss.
Cool. Do you remember who Ole Miss's quarterback even is this year?
John Reese Plumlee and Matt Corral. Japan. I don't know which one started this game.
I just knew that they have like Shea Patterson they used to have, Jordan Tamu they used to have.
Yeah. They have Corral and Reese Plumlee on. That they both gave a good amount of snaps to.
So I like the last snap he was in the box. Now you have him in the slot. Already starting to see through two snaps a little bit of that versatility. And now you have him over the top, or at least initially have him over the top. Okay, missed tackle. I'll only count one because the one he was kind of pursuing back. And then now you see him in almost a single high look, or at least in center field. And there's more of a single high look. So yeah, he is definitely lined up with that versatility. Another more over the top look. 37. Okay, much better tackle. Down? Okay. Unfortunately, he's playing quite a bit like deep, so we're not exactly getting to see what he's doing for portions of these plays. Like on that play, he was never even on the screen during the play. So really just kind of focusing right now for the most part. Oh, that was a nice tackle. Good job coming downhill and playing the alley. But yeah, for the most part, I'm kind of just focusing in on where he's aligning his responsibilities, which seem to be over the top with a lot of versatility, which is good. That's 24. I think that might have been Bynum. Okay. Come across. Yep, good. Now we see him in the box. Okay. Pass rushing dash and defending. But that was a blitz call. Okay, next man coverage there. Get to see him take on the tight end and man. Nice transition work as well on his end. Yeah, he doesn't feel out of place or undersized, like, especially when you look at him compared to some of the other defensive backs. Okay, next force play. Definitely like him as a force in the box there. Same thing, he definitely has that aggressiveness. I ended up backfiring a little bit on this particular play, but I really don't mind. It's more often than not going to work out, especially with this assignment. Okay. Next in the box again, 3rd and 1. There you go. It's still a little bit too far inside with the gap, but overall ended up doing a pretty nice job of attacking this and staying tight. Just wish he would have been able to react a little bit sooner to that keep. But overall, I can't really blame him for that.
Fair.
Okay, next bend.
Quick thing, at the beginning of the video, you mentioned talent on the Cal defense, but I'm not sure if you mentioned Weaver, do you?
Nope. Evan Weaver's another good one. Yep.
Yeah, he's supposed to go, I don't know, round 3, round 4, their middle linebacker.
Had a pretty good Senior Bowl week from what I remember as well.
Nice.
I think. Downhill? Oh, okay, didn't get mad, right? There you go, a lot more patience on that play. Still
Oof.
want to see more tackling. Oh. We just got done filming the Tyler Johnson video. I'm already frustrated. I don't need to be frustrated if I miss tackling. I'd love to get Scott in one of these videos. That'd be hilarious.
That would be great. You know what would be even better? Scott and Daniel in the same
Oh
video.
my god. I'm just talking about from a breakdown perspective.
True.
Okay, yeah, 3rd and 18. You're definitely expecting vertical ride. I like that they're playing on sending 4 though. Okay, nice fluidity in the drop. It's the first time we really gotten to see that on camera. Okay, nice job being maintaining that leverage there. Okay, if they're showing this play, then he must have done something, you would think, right?
Perhaps. No.
Nope.
I think that was Weaver who made the tackle.
They just showed the wrong player because yeah, he's still coming downhill. So you really get to see the adjust again that downhill. Oh, okay, a little bit of block shooting. That's good to see. Attack. Good. Nice block shot again. Not really so much a shot, but nice shot being around the block. Okay, nice coverage patience. Good angle. Okay. I've seen worse.
He's not quite as bad as a tackler as
Duggar.
That's the one.
That was a nice tackle. That was nice awareness on his part. You can tell that he knows the QB keeps because he reads this outside, and the angle he takes points to that. That was nice. Good awareness on his part. Oh, that was great coverage actually great play call dash coverage by Cal to handle the screen. So they had this RPO, so obviously he's going to keep this and not give the handoff because they have 1, 2, 3, I think, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish guys in the box. I don't remember, I already counted. So they're not going to keep that, especially knowing that you have this extra defender out here and this guy can play the force. But you have him on the keeper, the QB keeper, him on the QB keeper, and then you have these two guys attacking the screen defender or the screen receiver down here. So there was nowhere for them to go, and at least directly to that stack because he has the QB run keep. So that's really, really well defended by Cal and the RPO. Nice aggressiveness on the block. Good shed. Nice finish. Good three-phase play.
Oof.
It's not too sure, I think. You got turned around a little bit, but oh well.
I was more so oofing
Oh,
the
it was
fact that they
22.
let Almost get in.
That was 22, I think.
Yeah, no, that wasn't
Yeah, because he's
him.
way down here.
Yeah, there he is.
Stay mid. Yep, good. Good break. You definitely get to see the athleticism. Yeah, you really get to see the track background in play here. Great patience. Nice transition coverage. Nice. You really get to see the recovery here. I like the patience first off the snap. And he kind of bites a little hard on that, but the receiver also went a little hard on that. So neither were able to really recover and ended up working out. Really? Okay, there's something wrong with this play. I want you to tell me what I think it is.
Can you rewind just a second?
You should be able to see it on this picture.
Is it the coverage on the guy in the slot?
Nope. It has nothing to do with the defense, if that helps.
I know what.
Do you not see it yet?
No.
So, look where they are on the field. They're at their own 26-yard line. And
Right.
it is 4th and 10.
Right. Well, they are losing by 15 with 5 minutes left in the game.
That's a lot of trust in your offense because if they get at least for me personally, because if Cal gets the ball back at the 26-yard line, expecting them to not score at all, I don't know.
True.
I would trust my defense with
True.
5.5 minutes left in the game.
But I don't think Ole Miss has that great of a defense, so I don't know. Whatever.
That's especially if you're going to throw it 10 yards short of the first down marker. Yeah, wow. Okay. They got really lucky it ended up working out for them. But
I thought Ole Miss ended up winning this game, too.
Because your percentages of converting a 4th and 10 from your own 26 and the other team not scoring are
Yeah.
not that high. Especially from a 5 wide receiver set where you're going to see pressure. Dang, they got very lucky it worked out. It does not always happen that easily.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next transitional coverage from Davis. Back in the box. So yeah, we're definitely seeing some versatility in alignment so far, which is good. As well as some versatility in role and assignment, which is also very good. You see him in man, we see him in zone, you see him in the slot, you see him in run defense, and we got to see him in a little bit of pass rush. So he has the versatility to be able to be impactful in all four phases of defense. So your thoughts to game one?
He's an interesting prospect so far. I feel like there's nothing he's elite at, but his coverage is decent. His tackling towards the end of the game seemed to improve. I like to make sure the tackling stays consistent as we get into the next game. But other than that, he's all around a decent player. And also, he did not apparently participate in the combine drills, so he got injured.
Yeah, I talked about it a little bit at the beginning.
Yeah. All right.
That's the lower body surgery.
Right.
I didn't hear anything about a pro day. I really hope he will participate in the pro day, but I haven't heard anything on that yet. So that's kind of just one of those wait and see things. But I'm not worried about his athleticism. Music tracks starting, we've seen him his athleticism on tape.
Yeah.
So it's not really a big deal to me personally. He's a 9 RAS guy who's healthy. That's really what it comes down to.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, you get to see the motor, especially with the athleticism. Nice gap fill. Good recognition there of the run lane. Honestly, that was, yeah, incomplete. Yeah, and again, you get to see the speed. Recognizes that drag route really early in the play. Took a pretty good angle on that, too. Nice. There's a great tackle. Especially in open field.
Wow.
Okay, nice shot seam piercing in the run lane. Nice, yeah, you really get to see the motor and pursuit speed. It seems like he's always around the ball whenever he has a chance to being impacting the play. Yep, great read on the run lane, and again gets on the tackle. Yeah, he's doing a really nice job with that run defense this game. Good transitional coverage, great transitional coverage. Downhill. Okay, instead of being too aggressive and drastic with your angle change. Nice first play. Nice cam. Yeah, even just in like that little portion, like the lead up to this play, like watch how fast. This isn't even like an active player moving or anything. This is just him getting downhill on the line, and like you really get to see that athleticism just even in that little bit. One thing I will say so far, I really like. I've hinted at this a couple times. But one thing I will say that I definitely really like about him so far is his discipline. Like he was a little bit aggressive, but he didn't really overcommit. He kind of just, I mean, that's a huge wide range for him to cover, especially with how much his defensive line got destroyed. He's probably about as centered in that gap as you're gonna get. And like, yeah, he starts this play way back here, and he reads the gap right. He's not really overcommitted too much inside. He's just not able to change that. He did what he had to do, honestly, and I would prefer him take that inside lane anyway. It's always best to reduce that inside lane. So, yeah, definitely don't hate that play. Unfortunate, the result. But keep going. Okay. Okay, I like his fluidity. Smooth, which isn't surprising given that he seems to be an elite athlete. Nice break downhill. Oh, Andy got the fumble. Okay. Yep, just goes right for that. That Patricia punch.
Jesus, Ethan. All that for a loss of 1.
It was probably a designed run or something stupid.
Mm-hmm. Which then meant he couldn't even throw it away. Or else you'd call it.
Yeah, that's why I suggested it was probably some sort of designed run where he didn't have an eligible. Great coverage. Oh, they threw a flag on someone. Yeah, and again, you really just got to see the athleticism. Oh my. Watch how fast he's able to break downhill on this play. He starts out at about the 45. The opposite 45. Minus 45. Boom. And then he just gets all the way down to the 40. Okay. Very good lane recognition to the outside. Nice smooth goalie drop. Nice to be a deep pass. Yep.
How did he hang on to that? Jesus.
Antonio Brown signs with Raiders. Or Patriots after Raiders cut. Good times.
Oh, I'm assuming that's in the bottom of your screen.
Yeah.
I thought you were being serious for a second. I'm like, wait, what?
No.
Not again.
Good play by 3.
This Cal defense has a lot of talent on it. Just like you said at the beginning of the video, it's very.
I don't think he got that in.
No,
But yeah, keep going with your point.
I think this defense just has a ton of talent to it, ton of speed. I kudos to. I don't know who the Cal DC is, but
Wilcox, I think, is technically the one who still runs the defense.
okay.
He
Well,
might not be their DC, but I'm pretty sure he's a
right.
defensive coach.
All right. Well, I don't know. I like what I'm seeing from this entire defensive unit. For the most part, well, especially the linebackers and secondary.
I think, before we continue too far, relating that point even kind of back to the overarching summary here, is I think that says a little bit about the leadership of those players too. And not necessarily just the program of and the culture that the coaches are creating, but also the kind of motoring effort and willingness to improve and the ability to work with each other of the players on those levels. Because the linebackers in the secondary are the two positions more so than the defensive line that rely on the communication aspects of
Right.
the responsibility aspects. Like with defensive line, it's more so kind of just like do your job, hold your gap. Whereas with linebackers and defensive backs, they're kind of just a little bit more so on your own for each individual play. Like, yeah, it's man or zone, but beyond that, like being responsible for like the breakoffs in your zones, being responsible for your transitional coverages, being responsible for bridging the gaps on your individual play, like and where the fills are, where your run support's supposed to be. Like that's not even just necessarily good coaching; that's good mental discipline and teamwork on the part of the players of those units too. Which I think says a lot about the leadership and the team captains, whoever those end up being, and the mental traits that those players bring to the programs. So
Right.
that says a lot about what Ashtyn Davis brings to that defense. This is a lot about what Evan Weaver brings to that defense, as well as a couple of the other senior leaders on that team. Which is a good thing. they're definitely building a really solid cultural base there. They'll probably be a good program. They can lure in another Jared Goff type quarterback. I don't remember what their QB situation is looking like now, but
I'm not entirely sure, but they didn't have a horrible season this year, I don't think. I think, what were they, 8-4? Which is a step in the right direction.
nice, good adjustment. On a related note, speaking of defensive coaches, I'm curious to see what Lake does with Washington, since we're watching the Washington game.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
Former Lions DB coach. And yeah, again, I just talked about this when I was going on my spiel about like the leadership and all that stuff. Is watch how Ashtyn recognizes this run lane. You have him take on this inside gap here too, but he's also able to assist, come down, and fill that inside gap. And he's the one that ends up making the tackle after he bounces out the first defender in that gap. So just really, really sound mental traits. This must have been a really early game too, because Julio just signed his extension, and Antonio Brown just signed with the Patriots. This must be really early in the year.
I think this might have been like week 1 because it doesn't have the records on them.
I was saying it was 2-0. In week 1, they played Auburn.
Right.
So this was probably their second or third game.
Right. Probably the first conference game for them.
Very interesting. So, your thoughts to the 2 games that we watched? Those are the only 2 we have, unfortunately, for now anyway. So,
very interesting. I liked what I saw as we moved forward into the videos. I think he's a very, very solid player. I think he has a ton of upside. A guy that can probably go in the second or third round and become like an immediate impact, an immediate locker room guy, and make an impact on and off the field.
nice. So the 2 games that we watched today were Ole Miss and Washington. And if a third game comes out, I'll probably watch it on the side. What were you going to say?
Both of those games are very early in the season. I'm curious to why there wasn't any other games.
Possibly the injury.
Oh, right. Forgot about that.
Because he had surgery in December, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that was when the injury was sustained.
Right.
So we have our 5 categories here. I'm going to go 17 on tackling, 120. Man coverage, we didn't get to see a lot, but I feel pretty comfortable with his athleticism and what we saw from him in the slot. So I'm going to go with an 18 there. Zone coverage, I feel really good about what we saw there. I'm going to go with a 20 even. Definitely has the athleticism and the range to be able to cover all his zones, single high and 2 and 3 high. So, and he had really good transitional work as well. So no concerns for me at all in that area. Athleticism probably pretty dang close to a 22. I'm probably gonna go to 19 because Simmons is such a rare athlete. But he is probably very, very close to that. And then the intangibles, same thing. I'm gonna go pretty comfortable with 19.
Cool.
So that's minus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, and 93 for me.
Wow.
I'm tied for double with 72. Nice.
Nice.
Your thoughts?
Yours doesn't look too far off. Just
Oops.
hold up. You said you gave him a 93?
Yep.
Cool.
And half the points I took, about half the points I took off were tackling.
Ah.
The main reason I took off the point for the intangible was I want to obviously see his recovery from that injury and a little bit of injury risk. So can't give him a perfect grade there. And same thing with the athleticism, he's just not in that class with Simmons. But I'd say comparing him to Delpa is reasonably accurate for McKinney. Do you have yours done?
Yeah, I gave him a 90, so pretty similar.
Nice. Anything in particular stand out from you that I have higher?
Just gonna look at yours once more. No, I think I lowered him on man just a bit, mainly because we didn't really see it much from him. So I wasn't too confident in giving him an 8 or a higher than average sort of grade until I saw more of it on tape, and hopefully there's more games to be watched. I'm definitely interested in that and see maybe it gets mine. I think I gave him probably like a 16 or 17, just until I see a bit more.
Cool.
But other than that, it's about
Yeah,
the
I'll move
same.
it down one. I didn't realize I gave McKinney 18. 92 is so good. That kind of puts him right in between Delpa and McKinney too, which is good.
Cool.
Any other thoughts that you have on him and what we haven't discussed already?
No, I think we covered it.
Fabulous. Well, with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Learned a thing or two along the way. Didn't really get to see too much of what he did on camera, but it was pretty easy to show. Like, yeah, he's really good at covering the deep end of the field. Off camera, you don't really need to get to see that because he's kind of just doing his job, which is really what you expect from that. Well, what we did get to see was we did get to see him attack the box. We did get to see him a couple of reps in man coverage. We did get to see him in zone every once in a while as well. And we really got to see the athleticism and the mental traits on display, specifically in that run defense role. So I definitely think that we got to learn quite a bit from this, even if it wasn't everything that we needed or wanted to see. We got to see a lot of the reasons why he'll be a successful player in the NFL, and why he's very highly projected in this upcoming draft. So, with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, learn anything or two. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this as we continue through the draft process going forward. Have a couple more videos planned for you guys, probably about an average of one per day or so, give or take. Maybe some days we won't do one, maybe some days we'll do two. It's kind of up in the air at this point. But for now, hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and peace out.